Muskegon County Board of Commissioners Ways and Means Committee agenda. Let's see, for June 8th, 2021 at 4:38 p.m. I'd like to have a roll call, please.
Commissioner Brown,
Here, City of Muskegon.
Commissioner Hovey-Wright,
Here, Hall of Justice.
Commissioner Hughes,
Here, Muskegon Township.
Commissioner Laring,
Here, Muskegon County Hall of Justice.
Commissioner Nash,
Here, City of Muskegon.
Commissioner Pago,
Here, Muskegon County Hall of Justice.
Chairman Skolnick,
Here, City of Norton Shores.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Here, Hall of Justice.
Commissioner Sear,
Here, Twin Lake, Michigan. I'd like to have an approval of the minutes for May 18th of 2021.
So moved. Support.
Support.
A motion and support. Could we have a roll call, please?
yes, could I get those one more time? The motion and support, I didn't catch those.
Motion was right.
Support.
Thank you.
I'd help you, but I don't know who's doing it at the time either.
Thank you. Commissioner Hovey-Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes, Commissioner Hughes,
Yes, can you hear me, Kathy?
yes, thank you. Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pago,
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins, Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Sear.
Yes, and the minutes are approved. The next item is public comment on an agenda item. Public comment on an agenda item only. I can't see anybody, so you're gonna have to help me.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Not seeing anybody? Okay, there being none. Number 5 is items for consideration. WM 21/06-55 to approve the payment of the accounts payable of $17,166,927.93, covering the period from May 7th, 2021 through May 20th, 2021 for checks and P-card and electric funds transfer payments for the period covering April 1st through April 30th, 2021, as presented by the county clerk.
So moved.
Support.
Hearing motion and support, are there any comments, questions, or concerns on this item? Hearing none, I'd like to have a roll call vote, please, on this item.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pago,
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey-Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Sear.
Yes. That item being approved. Go on to the next item, which is WM 21/06/56 to approve the resolution regarding the county revenue sharing fund and restoration of lost funding.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns on this item?
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Yes, Commissioner Laring, go ahead. Go ahead, Commissioner Laring.
You didn't hear me? I'm sorry. My question is, who initiated this resolution and who authored it?
Beth, could you help out here, please?
Yes, certainly, Mr. Chair. Beth Dick, Director of Finance. The resolution itself was if you recall from a previous agenda, I can't remember the exact date, but other counties have brought forward similar resolutions to this. I believe we used one of theirs as far as the language goes. Michigan Association of Counties has, and they've done all the research behind this as far as asking counties to pass such a resolution, because they've looked at where the counties have lost revenue sharing funding over the last several years. And they feel because of the funding that's coming through the state, through the American Rescue Plan, that there's excess funding going to be at the state level. And this would be a good time to indicate to our legislators to appropriate some of those funds to make counties whole for lost revenue sharing from prior years.
So, Mr. Chair, may I continue?
Yes, please.
So if I was to answer my own question from your response, that it was initiated by MAC and authored. Language.
Sorry, Ed.
Commissioner, you're fading out. I think I caught most of it. You're correct. Yeah, MAC is the one that's helped us put this together, us as in other counties as well.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I also did forward this resolution on to our Rep. Van Workum and Senator Bumstead, so, and ask for their support on this. So just FYI. Any other questions?
Yes, can you hear me?
Who is it?
That was, yes.
Okay, I can hear him. So the funding for this is the American Rescue Plan Act, which was from the COVID money, correct? Is that where the,
Well, it's a suggestion by MAC. That's where you pull it from, but the state can pull it from wherever they find funds. It's not required that it comes from there. It would be up to the state where they pull the funds from.
so back a month or two ago,
I can't hear.
okay. Can you hear me, Commissioner Chair?
From time to time, but not always.
Sorry, I'm pretty loud usually. This is probably to maybe Administrator Arzenbar or to Beth Dix, so bear with me, sorry. So a couple, 2-3 months ago, whenever it was, the majority of the board accepting the grant money. And I don't recall if we've entered into any further discussion with if we received that, how to appropriate that with this part that we would we have to go into another vote to approve that for the state portion of it? What it looks
Okay, you broke up, but I think I caught the gist of the question. No, the American Recovery dollars that we received would not offset this at all. That's not the intent, and that's not the direction that any of the counties are going, if I understood that question correctly. The
That's
part two,
assumed. I just wanted to differentiate that.
yes, and the same question, any money that we spend on the American Recovery Plan has to be approved by this board.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions at all? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner, excuse me, Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
yes,
Commissioner Pego,
Yes,
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
yes,
Commissioner Brown,
yes,
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
yes,
Commissioner Hughes,
yes,
Commissioner Seer.
That would be a yes, and that item passes. The next item is WM 21/06-57. Here we go. To approve the operating levy of 5.6601 mils for Muskegon County to be levied in July 2021, the operating levy of 0.3198 mils for the Lakeshore Museum Center to be levied in December 2021, the operating levy of 0.0746 mils for the Department of Veterans Affairs to be levied in December 2021, the operating levy of 0.2979 mils for Muskegon County Central Dispatch to be levied in December 2021, and the operating levy of 0.4966 mils for PA 39 of 1976, Activities or Services for Older Persons Act, to be levied December 2021, and to authorize the Muskegon County Clerk and the Chair of the Muskegon County Board of Commissioners to sign the associated forms required by the state of Michigan, which will be submitted to the state of Michigan by the Muskegon County Equalization Department.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Support.
That they're differentiated into separate motions, please.
I don't understand. What was the question? We don't have a motion yet, do we?
So
Yeah,
move
motion and a second.
that they are separated, separate motions. That each one of these levies is separated into their own motion, not clumped together as one.
Second.
Thank you.
You had a motion and a second on the floor already.
Okay, motion and a second. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns?
Mr. Chair, I have a question. So
Yes, Commissioner Laring, please.
the bit of this is technology. Melinda started this motion with an amendment. And I believe that she was actually first, but there's a technology lag with the speaker box we're listening to. It's very evident that we're having a problem with this in here, and I believe she was first, and her motion included an amendment that these items be separated. You may not have heard it, but I could hear her and the other motions coming in, and the other motions actually came after her motion.
That's
I
not
thought, okay, I thought I was approving the motion and second that Melinda made. I thought that that's what I was doing.
Thank you.
There was a motion and second before that.
It was. And I assume Melinda withdrew her.
I didn't withdraw anything. I made a motion before he was even done speaking through his motion, so I was first. Chair, that's your decision, and you already made your call, so let's move forward, please.
Okay,
So
Any
would you
questions,
explain to us what it
comments?
is we're voting on?
please read the motion.
Mr. Chair, are you asking me?
Whoever's got it.
Okay, so the way that I motion is to separate these into individual motions. So it would be the first one would be to operate the operating levy of 5.6601 mils for Muskegon County to be levied into July 2021, the operating levy of 0.3198 mils for the Lakeshore Museum Center to be levied in December 2021.
That
That would be
one
number
motion.
3. Yeah, so the first one would be the operating levy for Muskegon County to be levied in July 2021. That would be the first one.
So we're
The
gonna
second
vote
one
on
would be
each
the
one?
operating levy of 0.3198 mils for the Lakeshore Museum Center to be levied in December 2021. That would be 2. The operating levy of 0.0746 mils for the Department of Veterans Affairs to be levied in December 2021 would be 3. The operating levy of 0.2979 mils for Muskegon County Central Dispatch to be levied in December 2021 would be 4. The operating levy of 0.4966 mils for PA 39 of 1976, Activities of Services for Older Persons Act to be levied December 2021 would be 5. And to authorize the Muskegon County Clerk and the Chair of the Muskegon County Board of Commissioners to sign the associated forms required with the state of Michigan will be submitted to the state of Michigan by the Muskegon County Equalization Department would be repeated 5 times on all 5 of those.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Beth Dick on this. Is it possible to even separate these? These are millages, correct?
Yes, that is correct. And we've already published a notice in the paper that the board approved the last full board meeting, that there will be a public hearing on the 15th to discuss all these millages, I guess. And there's a form in there that lists them all combined. So I guess I'm not totally sure what the ramifications would be if by chance one of them gets approved and others don't, or, you know, if they're not, I don't know how that affects filing the form. We would have to hold truth and taxation hearings for the December ones if we didn't do the December now. And I just have no idea what all the implications would be of separating them.
Mr. Chair. may I make a
Yes,
comment?
please, Chairman Skolnick, would you please?
Okay, so on this particular motion, I see absolutely no reason to separate these. These are all voter-approved millages. The levies are correct. We've done it this way before. It makes absolutely no sense to divide them up other than to complicate this process for no benefit. I would, since the motion has been made and I think it's been seconded, I'd vote no on this and we'll go back and make the motion the way it was originally written.
Yeah, I'm going to be voting no.
Any other questions or comments? All right, let's have a roll call vote.
So
This is on a motion to separate. Commissioner Nash,
No.
Commissioner Pego,
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick,
No.
Commissioner Wilkins,
No.
Commissioner Brown,
No.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
No.
Commissioner Hughes,
No.
Commissioner Laring,
yes,
Commissioner Seer.
No.
Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
so let's see.
Mr. Chair, I would like to make a motion to approve the motion as presented.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and support to approve as presented. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
no,
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pego,
No.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer.
Yes. That item passes. Moving on to WM 21/06-58 to award the RFP 21-2420 indirect and allocated cost consulting services to Maximus US Services, Inc., and authorize the board chair to execute the contract upon completion of corporate counsel review and approval.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and support. Any questions, concerns?
I have a question if I could.
Yes, Commissioner Hughes.
Beth, is this a company that we've worked with before?
We have worked with this company before. It's not the company that we've most recently worked with, but we worked with them prior to the company that we most recently used. So there's the two companies that submitted proposals are the ones that we've used. We've used both of them.
And why is it that we took the most expensive one?
Nope, we took the least
We took
expensive.
the least expensive one. Okay, thank you. It says here Maximus, and they look like they were most expensive to me. Maximus, oh, that's the score.
That's
got
the,
it.
right.
Okay, I'm looking at the score, not the amount. Thank you very
that's
much.
Score. Mhm.
My mistake.
Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Pego,
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
yes,
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer.
Yes. That item passes. The next item is WM 21/06-59 is to award the contract for airfield beacon replacement, FAA project number B-26-0071-4721, MDOT job number 212766 at the Muskegon County Airport to the low bidder, Corthes and Sons Company of Montague, Michigan. The project will be reimbursed at 100% with federal and state funds.
So move.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns on this item? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
yes,
Commissioner Heavy Right,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
yes,
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
yes,
Commissioner Pego,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer.
Yes. That item passes. Item number 6 is unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? Hearing no unfinished business, is there any new business today?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to discuss some new business.
Yes, Commissioner Brown, go ahead.
Thank you, Kathy Thorpe and Mark had put together it came to my attention that Mr. Beckman, who's been the principal at Reese Puffer Schools for over 31 years, everyone would like to propose a proclamation. I think everyone got this, I hope. And Mr. Beckman has done so much for this community and Muskegon County. And we're going to do I would like to propose a proclamation as written, and this will be presented to him on his last day on Friday, the 11th, this Friday. So if there's any questions. Some of you, I hope you know Mr. Beckman, and if you do, I think you would know that this is well-deserved and the recognition.
I would support that.
Thank you. I see Kathy Moore has her hands up.
That's for public comment, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a motion in support to approve this proclamation. Any questions, concern, or otherwise on it? Can we have a roll call vote on it, please?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Heavy Right, Commissioner Heavy Right,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes,
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
yes,
Commissioner Pego.
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins, Commissioner Seer.
Yes. So that item passes. Is there any other new business?
yes, Chairman, I'd like to offer some new business.
Yes, Commissioner Hughes, go ahead.
I am working with the Muskegon County Museum and the Silversides Museum to get Muskegon the designation of the American World War II Heritage City. And they would like a resolution from the highest board of government in the county. In the application process, we already actually qualify for. Any political jurisdiction in the United States and its territories may apply for this designation, and they'd like a cover letter addressed to them. And I actually have a copy of that resolution that is at the Silversides right now. We don't have, the nominations run from April 21st through August 31st. And what it is it highlights all of the things that Muskegon County did during World War II. All of the things we did in our effort to support the war, support the military, support our home front, the contributions related to defense manufacturing, such as ships, aircraft, uniforms, equipment, food, all kinds of things like that. It will be quite an accomplishment to get this. They're actually going to give several throughout the nation, but we really already meet all of the qualifications. I'm also working with Jonathan Wilson from DTE on this, and we've had several meetings. So I thought I would come and see if we could do a resolution, and I would have that available for you at the full board.
Thank you, Commissioner Hughes. Looking forward to that.
So, hey, Mr. Chair, can we back up to this for a minute?
Yes, we can, Commissioner Laring.
To get it on full board, we actually need to have a motion. Are you making a motion?
Yes, so I would make a motion to for the board to make a resolution in support of Muskegon County's attempt to become one of the World War II heritage cities.
Second.
Hearing a motion in a second. Is there any more comment, questions? Can we have a roll call vote on it, please?
Commissioner Laring,
Commissioner Hovey Wright had a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I'm in support of this, but I thought we had an agreement not to have unwritten resolutions.
Well, it has to be approved at full board, doesn't it?
For committee.
I'll have it to you before then, but I couldn't get hold of Peggy today at the museum and get it, so. And it doesn't have to be done right this second, but I thought I might as well at least let you know it was gonna happen. I could, if you want to hold off, we can do that, or I can have it for you before the full board.
It'd be better, given that we had agreed not to do, wing thing, have things not in writing ahead of time. I mean, this is not controversial, but it sets a precedent for things that might be.
Okay, so we would have to bring this up in another committee meeting then. Is that what we're suggesting?
Mr. Chair, I have a comment if I may.
Yes, Commissioner Laring.
So we don't have an agreement. The standing board rules are the standing board rules. We've not amended the board rules. You do know that there are commissioners do not like surprise resolutions. I in particularly want to thank Commissioner Hughes for bringing this to our attention and very favorable of it. Thank you, Commissioner Hughes.
Okay, so
Board rules say we can vote on this and move it forward.
let's have a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pego,
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes, Commissioner Seer.
Yes, and I would like to have the verbiage on that well before the full board meeting.
I will do my best to get that to you in the next day or two.
Okay, thank you. Any other new business at the moment?
If you call on Kathy Moore, please.
I will, public comment. Kathy Moore, go ahead.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to update the board and let you know that next week, Public Health will kick off our Project Fresh program at the Farmers Market on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll have staff there from 9 to 1 p.m. Issuing Project Fresh coupons. Then on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, eligible WIC participants can pick up those coupons at the Public Health building. We will make available up to $19,000 in coupons, and we're hoping for more farmer participation this year. Last year, we had 16 farmers participate, and they redeemed $5,405 worth of coupons. But, we have the stay home orders and the closures. So we're expecting the numbers to go back up to normal. The coupons may be used to purchase locally grown, fresh, unprepared fruits and vegetables from authorized farmers with emphasis on a variety of produce rich in vitamins A, C, and folic acid. And that's it.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, could I ask Kathy Moore a question?
Yes, Commissioner Hughes, please.
This is one of my favorite programs. I love it so much, but I do want to ask, there was a time that you did demonstrations at the farmer's market to show some of the young people how to actually use the fruits and vegetables. Are you going to be doing that this year, or has COVID stopped you?
We have partnered with now MSU Extension to help with that. And I believe COVID has prevented us from preparing far enough in advance to do that.
Okay, that's not a problem, but that I love that program, and I love the fact that you at one time were able to do those demonstrations. They were wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, can I ask Kathy a question also?
Yes, Commissioner Laring, go ahead.
Mrs. Moore, why excluded meat products, particularly beef, from this Project Fresh?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the whole question.
Why have you excluded meat products and particularly beef from that?
This is funding and a program from the USDA passed through the state. And it just says fresh fruits and vegetables from agricultural farmers. So it's not our decision.
It's disappointing, but thank you for bringing it to us.
Yes.
Any other questions for Kathy? All right, any other public comment at this time? See any out there? Mr. Eisenbart?
No, I sure do not. I do not.
You do not. Okay, all right, let's go to number 9, final board comment. Any final board comment?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Commissioner Howie Wright, go ahead.
Yes. In honor of the fact that this is Pride Month, the month of June, I am proud to say that I live in a city that flies a pride flag, and my church flies a pride flag as well. We need to acknowledge or to celebrate the fact that I have several family members, neighbors, many friends who are gay and lesbian, and this is the month to honor all. Thank you.
Is there any other final board comment?
Yes, I do have, I was just like to say that since the board passed a resolution that we require masks in the boardroom, I'm extremely disappointed that we have not only people, but actually county commissioners in the boardroom without masks. I think that's very inappropriate, insulting, and insulting. Thank you.
Any other final board comment?
Yes, I would like to remind everyone that the Constitution of the United States supersedes anything throughout any jurisdiction makes. Secondly, if you look at the order, which I'm not in agreement with, there are exceptions. Thank you.
Any other final board comment? I have one comment. Looks like pushing forward, we're going to, in the future here, going to get involved again in this lean government for operational excellence. It's something that we have looked into, and we're going to institute maybe last year, but due to COVID, we have not. And they're just, I'm going to try to push that forward. There'll be more information on that to come. So any other final board comment? Hearing none. Adjournment. We are adjourned.